Cold Talks. Tune in. We're chatting about family and friends. Relationship goes together to the end. This is Cold Talks. Tune in.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cold Talks. My name is Jaleesa.
I'm D.
Today, man, we're gonna jump into this nice little conversation. We talking about marriage. When do you know it is the right time to get married?
Or is it the right time? Like, is it just do it?
Yeah, that's what the topic is for the day. So I'm gonna jump it up. I'm gonna start it off. Babe, what you think? Do you think it's the right time? Like,
No, I think if you're ready,
straight up.
just go ahead on and do it.
What is ready though? What's ready?
I mean, y'all flow. Y'all talk about the future. Y'all got a good understanding of each other's past. Um, y'all don't have baggage, too much baggage that y'all didn't necessarily unpack. Y'all open and honest about finances.
Truthful. We being truthful.
Truthful. And I feel like if you yourself around that person, I think those are the key factors for me.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, for me, I don't really say you could really. I don't think you be ready. Like, I don't think like. Okay, people like, when is the right time to get married? Like, when shall I do it? When shall I do it? It's not one of those things that you plan for, but I do think that if you're not happy with yourself, then you shouldn't get married because I personally feel like you going you gonna bring down the overall of the marriage because you're not happy with yourself. Like, if you got like if your self esteem low and you ain't happy with yourself, I don't think you should be trying to jump into no marriage because people think that it's their partner responsibility to make them happy. Like, that's not true.
I mean, I can understand that, but at the end of the day, I feel like marriage is the ultimate business decision. I think that's the biggest factor that a lot of people
Most
don't
definitely.
take into consideration. Marriage is a business decision, and you know,
But you can't go into a business with somebody if you ain't happy about it. You gotta have some type of motivation or self esteem about the business for the business to work.
well, you didn't say that they don't have motivation and ambition to be married. You said that they're not happy with themselves.
I did.
So at the end of the day, you know, if I know I want to grow a business and I want to build this vision for it to become an empire, I need the right people to invest to help build on my vision that I see for the company.
Okay. So you saying if I'm coming in this thing broken, sad, low self esteem, all this anger and hurt behind all the dudes that I used to talk to and all that, and I'm blaming all that on you, but I see a vision with you, go ahead and get married.
Yes, because at the end of the day, I feel like that's what happened with us. I was very hurt. I was very broken. And also you need a partner to be patient enough to see it through.
But you weren't happy with yourself like at all.
I think I was disappointed in myself because of what led up to me losing everything.
But
I was
that's
disappointed.
a difference though. You
Well,
was
not happy.
disappointed in the actions that happened that occurred in your life that led you to that point. I'm
Mhm.
talking about you inside. Like, you wasn't around here moping around sad like I'm ugly, I'm stupid,
Mhm.
I'm fat. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You weren't doing that. You was
Right.
confident in yourself. You had high self esteem. Although you had made some bad decisions and you was disappointed in yourself, that's not the same thing.
I mean, I was insecure.
Yeah, you was. You was insecure
I
because I
mean,
remember those arguments.
insecurity and low self esteem. I feel like they cousins.
Yeah, they are, but
You know what I mean? But I think even though it's not your partner's responsibility to make you happy, I think it is your partner's responsibility to help with the um, building up, the foundation of building you up.
yeah, of
Picking you
course,
up when you down.
of
So
course.
I think that's why I say people believe that it's certain right time. You have to have a certain dollar amount. You have to live on a certain type of property. you don't.
Yeah.
I think you should, boom, get the foundation situated first. Secure the marriage first and build.
Okay.
Because one thing that I did see inside of you was foundation. I told you from the beginning, I'll marry you. And I was the first one to say I love you because I knew what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't want to wait on anything.
Yeah, that's right.
Because one thing I knew and understand, if I see it, somebody else do as well.
Right. You like, let me put a ring on it for a buddy over here. Yeah. So
And
I get that. But I guess
okay, when do you think it's the right time?
I don't. You can't really say. You can't really say, oh, it's the right time. Let's get married, because like what's that one song, that Wale song? Marriage is just like one of those things that just happen. You don't know. You just, it's like what he said. It's like getting on a roller coaster. You don't know it's up down. You don't know what's gonna consist of that ride, but you just know you want to get on that ride. So that's similar. Like, that's true. That's a good analogy that he put out. So you really don't know. You just kind of get that vibe. You get a vibe, you get a feeling, and you go with it. But I still feel like you gotta have something inside of yourself. You gotta be happy about something about yourself to bring it over here. Because I personally believe that if you just this torn, broken person and you going over here and you try to marry this man or this woman, I feel like you're gonna be toxic.
Yeah.
Like I spit on you or something?
No.
Oh, you gonna be toxic. I had felt a little spit. I thought, oh, my bad. But you gonna be toxic. You gonna make the relationship toxic, man.
I agree that you can bring stuff into. I think with any type of relationship, you're going to bring something that's familiar with the past into the relationship.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So, but at the end of the day, that's why I say, if you can be yourself and y'all open and honest about everything, and you can see a future with this person and they can see the future in you as well, there's nothing too big or small that y'all cannot, hurdle over to make that thing work.
Of course.
Because, if you got somebody who, like in our last episode, if you got trauma and you doing certain things that resembles the trauma that I've been in, I got to be open and honest and say, hey, listen, I don't like that what you're doing because of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, and with those understandings being on the table, I feel like y'all will be good.
But you got to be.
It'll take time, though.
Yeah, but you got to be somewhat secure in yourself to even be able to tell your person that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, some type of security or happiness within yourself. Because if I don't have some type of security or happiness within myself, I'm not telling you nothing. Because I'm embarrassed of everything. So how are we gonna grow? How are we gonna build? And how are we gonna develop and get to that next level if I'm not telling you none of my truths?
Well,
because you got to be honest about something. Just like you said, you got to talk about your past trauma in order to build with this person.
I agree, but the marriage is the small thing. Get that over with, and y'all can build.
You saying just go ahead and get married, and all that stuff will come.
All that stuff will come.
If you feel like that's your person, all right, boom. If you feel like that's your person, go ahead and get married, and everything else will come. That leads me to my next point. What do you feel like when you see a girl? Oh, I see her. Oh, she bad. Blah blah blah. What make you feel like I'm looking for? These are the key factors I'm looking for to wife her. What are the key factors that you're looking for in a partner? Well, that you think, not that you looking for per se, but like that you think are important that will signify this person being a good wife.
Well, from my personal experience with me and you, for example, I know in the beginning, I wanted, pretty. And what I didn't understand as a young man was there are key factors with a very beautiful woman that can make her very ugly. So at the end of the day, when it came to you, not only you were banging, beautiful, you also was patient. You was pushing towards the future. I knew where you came from, and I knew that you did not want to go back to that.
So she got to have a vision moving forward.
A vision. She got to be patient because I think patience is important when it comes to children.
Oh, yeah.
because you made it very clear, like, hey, listen, I don't want no kids. You know what I'm saying? But when it came down to the come down, like, you are a great mother.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying? And one of the key factors is patience. You always had a great heart. Um, I was doing my thing when we first met, and I will offer the bag, offer certain things to you, and you was like, no. I would have gave it to you regardless, but at the end of the day, that let me know that you weren't money hungry. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's a lot of different things. Like I want to see if you got vision, if you patient, got vision, and you respectful. You respected my mother. You was cool. You respected my family. I think that all those are important. And I look at your relationship. I looked at the relationship with your mother, your brother and your sister. I see who respected you in terms of your peers, your friends. I saw how all of them move. It's not a friend that you have introduced me from past or present that didn't resemble you in terms of how y'all act, how real and thorough y'all was, and nobody had nothing bad to say. They really respect you as such, and you said very good things about everybody you ever introduced me to. So I think those things are important to see, for me, a foundation for a woman moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because shoot, I want to see how all those things come together.
Okay.
So what about you?
Key features, factors for me for a husband. I would say I need to see how he treats his mom. I feel like it's so important for a man to respect his mother. If he don't respect his mother, he not gonna respect you, sis. Because at the end of the day, that is the first woman that he loved. That's the first woman that he interacted with, his mother. If he don't respect that lady, leave him alone for real. And then I want to see how he is around kids. If he got nieces and nephews or his own children, I want to see his interaction first before I decide that I want to make kids with him. What else? His ambition. I need an ambitious guy because I'm very ambitious. And I'm chasing the bag. I'm trying to get it. I want to win always. I'm very competitive. He need to know the priority thing when it comes to his wife and his mother. I could have that conversation. Who do you think is first in the lineup? What is more important to you, mom, wife? Like, how does that go? And I know I remember I asked him that question when we were dating. I need a man's man because I grew up in a single mother household and she taught me to be this strong rock. So I need a dude that is a man's man because I need to be able to follow him because I want to follow my husband. I feel like my husband is supposed to be my leader, although I was raised in a single parent household and never saw that. I knew that I wanted, if I was to get married, I wanted to be able to follow my husband with no questions. He could lead me off a cliff. I'm following him. I need to be able to trust to follow him or whatever. So I was looking for all those characteristics and stuff when we were dating. And those things made me feel like, okay, boom. And then I don't like the traditional thinking for a wife in a marriage. Oh, she got to cook, clean, and make babies. I needed to find a dude who did not think like that because that's not the type of wife that I wanted to be. I want to be a wife that cook, clean, and make babies, but I also want to be able to bring my bag to the table. I ain't want him to bring the bag and I just be at home all day. Nah, G, I need to go and grind too because we both need to make money. If I can make 100,000 a year, he can make 100,000 a year. That's 200,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? So I need to be able to contribute, and I needed a guy that respect that and not try to domesticate me because that ain't what it is, baby. Because I was raised by a strong black woman. I ain't know how to sit home. I only knew how to go get the bag.
Yeah.
So those were my factors. And then when I was, like, when we was dating, boom, 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 when I seen all that, I was like, hey, if this dude asked me to be his wife, the answer is yes. Like, all day long. You know what I mean? And I also needed him to see me mutually. Like, we are equal. Because what if it be, because me being in the military, what if we get in a situation where he can't really work because we in Germany or something, or Hawaii or Italy or something, and he can't work first, like right off bat. Like, how did he feel about just being at home with the kids for a little bit till he could find him a job? A lot of dudes not okay with that, and I needed to find a guy that was okay with that piece right there, because that is important, especially guys with their egos. So I know at first they weren't on it. He was like, nah.
Absolutely.
But over time, he was like, you know what, maybe. So
Okay. I mean, I'm on this website. It say 15 signs when it say you're ready to get married.
okay.
Okay. Number one is trust your partner. If you trust your boyfriend or girlfriend
Oh yeah,
in a
most definitely
relationship,
trust.
you can go. Okay. Number two is your goals align. Number three is you feel safe with them. Four is you have seen hard times. And that's kind of hard because there is a
What hard time, like financial or like loss? Or...
yes, chances are you will face stumble blocks in life, so it's important to consider whether or not your partner are prepared to battle hand in hand. Yes, unproblematic love and joy in a relationship can be a beautiful thing. However, tackling difficult goals together can build so much strength and trust in a marriage. So, it that kind of challenges my logic because I feel like if you dating for a month and you like her and he like you, y'all see a future together, go jump at it.
After a month, get
I
married.
mean, yeah, but that's number four.
But they still in that honeymoon stage, though.
They still got their representative.
Yeah,
showing
but God,
Yeah.
I think a month too soon. Me personally, if Buddy got all the characteristics that I'm looking for, everything on that list, I'm gonna watch it a little bit till like I say 5-6 months. 5-6 months, dog. Cause
I think 6 months, you know for a fact.
6 months, you know for a fact, but I say 5-6 months, cause you know everybody being that, oh, I love you, I wanna move in, I wanna kiss you, I wanna have sex all the time. Like the first 2-3 months, bro.
Okay, within the first 2-3 months, how long before that, like since we're in the social media era, do you show your spouse off? Like,
Oh, that's on you. Whenever you're ready, whatever.
so if y'all talking for 2 weeks and you're like, hey, on a date with,
Yeah, if y'all comfortable with it, y'all ain't got nothing to hide. Why not?
okay, well, that solidify y'all relationship.
It does.
So 6 months.
But if y'all ain't got no title, don't be putting no pictures on Facebook, cause you gonna mess the whole game up. Like, I'm on a date. Da, 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 da. Like, if y'all ain't got no title, please don't tell the world, because what if that other person not really ready for real?
But you know, man, we was kind of like coding it for a minute.
Yeah, I think, cause we dated like a whole year before anybody really knew. Only like our close people knew that we were actually dating. So it was like a whole year. So, cause we still both was out there doing our own thing. We still was dating other people and moving around how we want to move around. But we knew that we liked each other a lot. So we was like cutting off like our people in the process. It took a whole year, probably because I was way in Germany and stuff like that. Yeah, you stupid. But yeah, it took a little minute, but we I don't think we really came out and was like we together until we got married. I think.
Yeah, and
like we was like close to it.
And people used to be like, when did this happen? Yeah. People close to us knew what the deal was. Yeah. I mean, but that's one of those petty things that really don't matter.
Don't, because people don't matter, man. Like, if y'all worrying about people, the reason why it's taking y'all a minute to get married or post your people and all different stuff like that, forget people, man. People forget people.
I agree with that part. I mean, but just looking at it, like, sometimes I'm gonna say with you, you gave me vibes that my ex or any female ever never gave me. So I was like, man, I want this forever. So I just knew for a fact I wanted it. And I didn't want nobody else to have it. So I just like, let's just knock this thing out of the park and just make it official and build.
Yeah.
Let's start now. Let's not wait in a relationship phase, in a girlfriend and boyfriend phase. Something happened. And we like, well, we ain't got no ties anyway to just keep going. Because if we probably would have had a foundation in terms of a marriage early on in our relationship, it give us that leeway to say we can just leave at any time.
Yeah.
Versus keep fighting.
But is marriage a trap? A chain?
Well, it ain't. You can't just say I don't want to go with you no more. Bye.
You can.
Well, it take a lot of
You
paperwork.
do. But you can.
And I gotta sign it, and you gotta sign it.
That's a fact. But you can pack your stuff up and leave.
You can, but you ain't gonna do nothing but, mess somebody else up because they like you and you really not out there on the market for real.
Yeah.
And y'all wasting each other time. Should have just went into another room. All right, come on, here go number 5.
Go in the room.
Number 5 is beautiful. Number 5 say, if both y'all understand that y'all want a marriage, not a wedding. So I think
I like that.
I didn't want that from you. I didn't want you to say, I'd say, hey, listen, man, I really like you. I love you. I've been loving you since day one. Let's just make it official. Go to the courthouse, make this thing solidified. Years later down the road, we do X, Y, Z. And you say, no, I want a big wedding and invite everybody I know. Because I think that's...
You want to marry me if I would say that?
I mean, but I'm not patient to plan a wedding. I don't actually be in a lot of people's wedding. It's take a lot of work.
You ain't got to plan all the plan.
I still got to go get fitted for suits.
Yep.
My who them dudes is next to my bridesmaids? Who they is? Maid of honor.
I don't need groomsmen.
Groomsmen. They got to get fitted for suits.
But be like Lisa and David. David say, you tell me where to go, I'll show up. Lisa playing everything.
That probably could have been the case. But here it is. It say, you're dreaming of walking down the aisle and sharing those vows. Do you ever picture what happens next? The wedding is a celebration. However, your marriage needs to be strong enough to last a lifetime. Yeah. Can you see a future with your boyfriend or girlfriend past your wedding date? Do you imagine growing old with them? Be completely honest with yourself and ask that question in the dating phase.
I remember what went ahead and solidified us going ahead and get married is we both said the same thing. We said, let's use the money we will pay for a wedding to purchase a house. And that's exactly what we did. We was like, how much will it cost to plan this wedding? I don't know. It was a couple said like $4,000-$5,000. Like once we had did that, I picked the dress, you picked the suit, we picked the colors, the centerpieces, and we had put all this stuff on paper. And it was like, okay, well, if we got that money to do that, let's put that money over here and let's go buy this house. That's exactly what we did. We ended up not even putting no money down on the house, but the money we was gonna pay for the wedding, we fixed our credit here and there and stuff like that. Put some furniture, brand new furniture in the house and stuff like that. And instead of paying for the wedding and having all these fake behind people there, eating free food and drinking free liquor.
Wedding food is good, by the way.
We just, because you don't just get no chicken wings from Publix. You get some real stuff.
They was showing up.
Okay. And then we had your boy about to cater. But anyways, we had the whole thing planned out. And then it was like, let's just take this. No shade to people that had a wedding, by the way. No shade. No shade. I don't think we ever got freaking invited to a wedding, babe. Except for one. We went to Carlos' wedding, but I don't think we went to no other.
No.
People don't like us.
No. I mean, maybe because we
far away. We far away. I know.
Because they love some codes. All right, so here we go. It say your family likes your partner. Oh yeah, my mom love you. Yeah, my mom was the reason why we got together though, because I remember we still was kind of dating, and my mom was like, "Lisa, like, what are you doing? Like, look at this dude. Like, he's a great guy. Like, what more do we need to do?" And vice versa, like my mama and my family loved you. Yeah. And knowing what my past consisted of, I was afraid of that. But everybody loved you, Lisa. Like that's crazy. Everybody. Boogie, especially my mama. Mama love your family. Number 7 is, do you like your partner? Yeah, of course. It say this seems like an obvious point. So let's clarify. Like, love is not the same. You can entirely be infatuated with someone, but doesn't mean anything if you don't like and respect them. We have to establish that love them, but do you like who they are? Do you admire them? Do you enjoy their company? take a step back and really think about these questions. And this is crazy because if somebody would ask us those questions with us, you know, that time was really on the phone. You know, we spent a lot of time. It was non-contact. You know, we really got a chance to get to know each other
with no physical nothing.
And I think lust would have probably got in the way of that. You know what I'm saying? But so I feel like we had different challenges that a lot of other people probably won't face, or it may not have been challenges. Because I personally feel like one of the biggest things that we had to our advantage was we was able to, you know, stand still away from other people in our marriage early on, because, you know, when we had to figure it out, we had to figure it out by ourselves. But one thing I really came to a realization of, I really did like you, spending time with you, chilling with you, because I mean, when we did come in town, man, we went to the karaoke place with Lisa and Cent at one time. That was real cool. That was vibe. Yeah. We went to the basketball when you played basketball with Destiny. That one time.
At the park, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This probably just going over Shea House. You know, we always spend a lot of time with your family, my family. So it's like those times was just great together. You know, I remember that one picture I got with you with my Bob Marley shirt on. That it was just a vibe. We just chilled. So that is a great question. Yeah. Number 8 is, can you afford to get married? You know, that they really talking about, you know, weddings, you know, stuff like that. But I mean, I think marriage is the biggest cheat code. Like, you bringing 2 incomes together right off the bat.
2 incomes, 2 minds.
You taking away a household, so you know, you just got one, and you building right there within each other. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just think it's a great, you know.
That's why you got to get a good business partner.
Yeah, good business partner. I say, do you openly talk about the future?
Yeah, always.
I remember we did have a lot of conversation about what your plans was,
what we want to do next,
what my plans was, you know. Well, what if we was to tie the knot? What did that look like in terms of the future? And we was honest about everything. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's a good one. Do you like who you are around them?
Yeah. Do that person make you better or worse?
Yeah.
I always say that one when friends ask for advice about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, does your person make you better or worse? If that mug make you better, then hey, if you thinking about it, then do it. But if that mug make you worse, might wanna step back.
Yeah. Because we both been in a relationship where we would just
somebody brought out the worst in you, the worst. Like you were just this mean, evil person. You fighting, punching each other in the face, chasing mugs at your car. You know?
And I can remember, because sometimes you really don't know.
Yeah, you be crazy. You don't supposed to be acting like that behind no love.
No, and the people from the outside be looking in. But one thing that made me feel really good, I can remember I was on the phone, and you was at work in Germany. And Mo, Sam, and Reed, I think, got on the phone. Everybody was like, you know, she be happy when she talk to you, you know, whatever. Don't play at my friend, you know, stuff like that. And I'm like, well, wow, you know, I didn't know it was that big of an effect in terms of how she felt around me. And as soon as I said, like, yeah, you know, they can tell me you all happy and stuff, he was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow.
Be smiling different.
There you go. They say you both put effort into a relationship. I had I ain't gonna say who they were, but somebody inboxed me the other day and say, what do you think about when you feel like you put all the effort into the relationship and your spouse isn't? You know, and
that's deep.
I felt like right off the bat, I'm like, well, you shouldn't feel like that. You know, they shouldn't feel like your love is extra. But at the end of the day, that's why I feel like that love language book is so important. Maybe you loving that person how
in the wrong way.
There you go.
Yep.
And also, maybe they don't understand that your love tank isn't being filled. Yeah. Because they're loving you the wrong way as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You you shouldn't feel like you loving them too much or
Yeah.
you doing too much work, but you should feel like your tank is being filled. Like, and that's why that book is important, because if you just simply read it, we're not saying the book has all the answers, but it does have a survey in there that will tailor your love language to yourself based on the survey. So you read the questions, you answer them, and then the book be like, okay, based on your answers to these questions, this may or may not be your love language. And then you could try to use those love languages to love to get more love. And then if it don't work, then the book failed you. But 9 times out of 10 it works.
Yeah, yeah. This one I think is very important because we face this early on. It's do you have your own lives? Best relationships are the ones which partners can move apart and come back together again. Yeah. Marriage is not losing your individuality.
Right.
You can pursue your own interests and have your own hobbies, have your own friends and have your own health, and can still have, and you can still have a healthy marriage.
A lot of people think the opposite. A lot of people think if I get married, then I got to give up my best friend. I got to give up my dog. I got to give up my gym time. I got to give up my PS5. They feel like that, so they run away from it. But that's not true. Like, you should still be able to be yourself with your partner. Your partner, not your parent. I always say that. This ain't my daddy. I'm not his mama. I can't tell this man, hey, you need to turn the game off. Like, at the beginning, I was like that. You want to turn the game off, D? I'm tired of you playing the game. But that's that man hobby. Like, this man grown at the end of the day. And you either come in here and chill with him and talk to him while he play the game, kind of throw off his concentration. He end up turning off anyway. Or you can come in here and play the game with him. Sometimes you come in here and play the game with him. You know what I'm saying? Or hey, if you try to get him to come to bed because you trying to do what you're trying to do, then you already know. Just go rub on him a little bit. He'll turn that game off.
Yeah, that game will go.
He'll turn it off. So, but that ain't your child.
Ain't your child. And also, real quick, I can remember early on. I always say, listen, if it's something going on in this relationship, don't go out this relationship and talk about anything. But that was the wrong approach. That was being controlling. The reality situation is, I don't have all the answers. I have to trust her to go to other people that she can trust our relationship in and give her sound advice.
Get you some married friends.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because she would just be like, hey, I need answers, what to do. And I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But she would go to, her homegirl, her best friend, or, her elder and say, hey, listen, I have a problem.
What did you do when you were faced with that? Have you guys faced this? What did you guys do?
Yeah.
Or I read a lot of books too. Like, oh my God. I read a lot of like self-help, self-motivation books and stuff like that. So I get an answer from books too.
And it's important not to lose your individuality. That's the biggest thing. Number 13 is, do you talk about finances? It's 15. We already addressed that. Dang, get out all my stuff. Number 14 is, are you doing it for the right reasons? We addressed all that. And number 15 is, you're in it for the long haul.
There you go.
Right out the back, man, I knew what I wanted. I knew how I wanted it to look. I knew I was ready to fight tooth and nail for it. And I always told myself, if I get another opportunity at it, I was going to do it. And God has blessed me with her. And I appreciated that from the get-go. That. I truly say that from the get-go. And I always wanted to show that. And I have messed up, but I always make sure that, I come back strong and I don't put us into jeopardy. I always want to, build into her, whether it's about the boys, work, finances. I always want to build her up because she do that with me relentlessly and without effort.
All right.
That's it.
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Watching Cold Talks. This episode was about, when do you think is the right time to get married? It's really up to you and your partner, how y'all feel. If that person meeting everything that you want them to meet, then go ahead and do your thing, baby. Hey, ain't no time limit, baby. Hey, like I said, thank y'all for watching. See y'all.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit that little bell.